I'm just gonna start this video off by reading off all of the titles of the books I have written, published, or have planned so far. First one, this one came out in 2015. It's called Baptism of Apathy. Number 2, Unity. 3, Love Poems at the End of Our Lives. 4, Leafy. 5, The Last
Time,
Poem.
16 minutes.
6, Purity Redeemed. 7, The Penultimate Poems. 8, Harmony. 9, The Revenant. 10, I Know Nothing But Miracles, Walt Whitman Speaks to the Modern World. 11, True Daughter of the Soil. 12, There's a Serenity in the Dark. 13, The Warmth of the Sun and Other Poems. And 14, this gets into my planned books. American Born, Psalms of the Silent Nation. 15, Baptism of Apathy, Volume 2. 16, No Greater Sorrow. 17, The Last and Eternal Fire. 18, No One Ever Truly Dies. 19, Rap Anthology. 20, this is an untitled space-themed book. 21, untitled Walt Whitman sequel. 22 through 33. Baptism of Apathy, volumes 3 through 14. And that's everything I've got so far. Some of the projected books, I have some poems written for them, but they're nowhere near finished except for Baptism of Apathy, volume 2, which is finished pretty much. Another thing I want to add to this video is that I saw some horses the other day. They were in the park. People were riding horses. I've never seen that before in this park, so maybe I'll put the video right about here. So yeah, I'm just pumping out those books. Feels like there's always something to inspire me, to get me to write more, I think. So I'm excited that as we're walking, we're getting a lot closer to 2% of the total goal every time we walk. Like, when you look at it as like incremental steps to walking further or whatever goal you're going towards, it's a lot easier. But if you just look at the long-term goals, it gets harder. That's why you gotta take it one step at a time. Same thing with writing, kind of. You gotta realize that every single writing style has a different skill set. So every time you start a new kind of project, even within the same genre, if it's poetry or fiction or whatever, you do a different kind of fiction or a different kind of poetry, requires a completely new skill set. People don't realize that. They think writing is a simple thing and it encompasses everything. But no, like, you have to study a new set of skills every time you do something different. So in a sense, that kind of labor, the writing work, can be just as demanding as like digging a trench or building some kind of construction project or something. But people don't think of it the same way because they can't see it happening. But it's really just as demanding as physical labor. You have to train up your brain to do the writing in the way that the skills demand it. That's why when I transition to my new kind of project, when I transition to my new genre, I might have to take a year off from publishing just to use that year to learn the skill of whatever book I want to publish. And then after that year, after learning, I actually start writing the material I'm going to use for that book. It took me a long time to even be able to write basic poems, even though, I don't know, it's subjective how good they are, but I think they're awesome. But yeah. And did I mention I watched the show Dickinson on Apple TV Plus a while ago? That was a good show. I think they kind of butchered Dickinson's character just a little bit, but I like how they modernized the world without changing the setting. Like, they had the characters...
Time, 25.
They had the characters using modern kind of language and speak to make it, I guess, accessible for modern audiences. even though like people who read Dickinson's poetry have a hard time understanding what's being said just because of the culture change, or like the way words aren't used the same way anymore. Like you could have two different words in the same word in English from like 1800 could mean something totally different today. That's just how language changes. Language is always subjective and it's always changing. Meaning of words change over time. The euphemisms and idioms change over time. Everything about language is constantly changing. That's how, like, you take the English language from the year 1300, go just to 1700, and there will be so much changes that people wouldn't realize, they want to be able to speak to each other. Because, like, I believe at one time, the French, the Normans invaded England, pretty much conquered it, and that's how the language changed so much. Yeah, I'm realizing how ignorant I am on certain historical facts. That's why I need to start researching more, and start studying and learning more things. It's never too late to learn. It's always good to learn new things about the world. Education, true education, is what really advances your life. And I've discovered what I really want to do with my life is be a great writer. Even if I'm not recognized for it during my lifetime, it's not really about me. It's about the art being shared with the rest of the world and doing something to improve things in the world. I think a lot of people, they only think of the temporary, the moment. They don't think about the future and how their actions will affect future generations, which is like a lot of things people are doing today. They screw over their future generations, their descendants that are going to come after them, and they don't think about that because it's only like the present moment a lot of people think about. And I've heard someone say that the chances of someone in the United States becoming a millionaire is much more likely than gaining 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've actually heard someone say that, because when you take the percentage of people who become millionaires versus the percentage of people who gain 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, the amount of millionaires, the people who become millionaires each year in the United States, is a much bigger number. And the citation for that is the YouTube channel Roberto Blake. He has this video called Make 100 Crappy YouTube Videos, where he talks about how quality of your content is contingent upon quantity. You have to practice a lot to be able to make good content. So his argument in that video was just spew out a lot of videos that not necessarily everyone's going to watch, but that will be practice for you, and eventually you will get good at your content. And this is pretty much exactly what I've been doing with poetry. Haven't been uploading daily on YouTube for too long, but I think if I keep doing that, I might be able to grow subscribers. I do have 83 subscribers now, so hoping to grow that to 100. We're doing incremental steps here to get to more subscribers. YouTube is my favorite platform to post on, not just to post on, but to watch. It's pretty much the only social media site that I use, and it's the only one that I use for both content and to consume content. See, being a content creator is a lot like exercising. You keep doing it. You're gonna be weak at first, not be able to lift much weights, but when you keep going, when you keep practicing your art, people will start coming there, regardless of what kind of audio or video setup you have. People will start coming there to see your content because they like the character you portray on camera, or what's unique about you, or your personality, etc. So eventually I'm going to be doing a 35-minute video, apparently. Then I will work up to like an hour, I don't know when I'm going to plan to do that video. I'm not going to announce it because like I might just fail at doing it, just run out of things to say. But that's going to happen eventually. I mentioned that before, I think. So yeah. We are like 1.10% of the journey done. 1.1% of the journey done. So that means to get the 2%, we got 0.9 left of a percentage point. So yeah, looking forward to just making more videos and seeing how this progresses, because this journey is not just for my viewers, it's for me as well, because I want to have a documented history of this walking journey, not as proof that I've done it, because then I'd have to video the entire thing, but really just for my own memories, like a diary, personal journal of my thoughts, that I walk every day and have my thoughts written down. Not written down per se, but have them on a video. Look at those birds in front of me. They're just chilling on that little fence. Yeah. So this will be where I sign off for the day. Hope everyone has a good night, and hopefully I'll be able to get more steps in for today than usual. And thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe. Bye.